Yo, what's going on, everybody? Man, it's your boy Marcus Elbow. Welcome back to Elbow Media Studios. And if this is your first time, I appreciate you clicking on this video, man. If you're into iOS stuff, you into Akai stuff, you into DAWs, music creation, and all that good stuff, man, you're in the right place. Plus, all we do over here is keep it crunk, man. Let's go. Elbow Media Studio. Today we're going to do something cool. I haven't really talked about a DAW in years, you know what I mean? I've been just talking about hardware. I've been talking about iOS stuff. I really haven't dabbled into any DAWs. So today we're going to do that. I'm excited to bring this to you. Today we're going to be working inside of Studio One. If you don't know, Studio One has been around for a very long time. I'm known to really work inside of Reason, but since I've been working in Reason for so many years, I decided to move away from Reason and work in something else. I've worked in Logic, I've worked in a lot of different DAWs, but I kind of like Studio One, and I'm going to show you why. So if you clicked on this video, I already know. What we're going to do is we're just going to work on getting started in Studio One. I'm not going to talk about everything because, to be honest, I don't know everything. I'm still in the process of learning, but what I want to do for you is show you my kind of workflow and the way that I get started inside of Studio One, just to making the beat, or if I'm going to bring some stems in or something like that. So yeah, let's go ahead on and get to it, man. Yo, let's roll. All right, so here we are. We are inside of Studio One, and I this is not a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? What I wanted to show you is this is kind of the end result of when I'm working with Studio One. After I if I'm working on the beat or I bring stems in, this is kind of, what's going to end up happening. And granted, I'm working on a wide screen, so I have a lot more real estate to work with here. But let me just kind of give you a little, demonstration of how my end result looks whenever I'm pretty much done with a track. Let's play this track. And what I really love about this is I could really, using the ultra wide, I could really utilize that real estate by bringing some of my plugins and putting them on side, so I could always, work with them and pin them and always do kind of cool things with them or whatever. So I always like that. That's pretty dope. All right, so I know what you're thinking. You probably saw I had this mixer on my desk, which is it's not a real mixer. It's a controller, and I can show you that real quick. Let me just flip over to this screen, and as you can see right here, I have a PreSonus Faderport 16, which works directly with Studio One. So this is a pretty cool tool also that I use, because when I going back to a DAW, what I really wanted to do was I really want to eliminate the clicking, you know what I mean, mouse clicking and all that, because I'm a hardware guy. That's where I come from. So that's why I kind of chose to go with this. Okay, so let's just start over, and I'm just going to really kind of get you started real quick. I'm going to close this out. Not going to save that. Okay, and when I close this out, this is kind of the way Studio One gets you started. Okay, you have, you could change this page here, and you have all your sounds, and all your songs and tracks and everything on this left hand side. You have some news feeds and some demos and other things that you can load up right here, and at the top here is where you can really launch whatever you want to do. You can launch a song, you can launch a project, new show, so forth and so on. Normally what I do is I just launch a song. Now a project, I think if you launch a project, it will give you a few more elements like mastering and some other stuff stuff like that. I just want to launch a song. You could always add that stuff. You can turn a song into a project later. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead on and launch a song, and it's gonna ask me what do I want to do. Do I want to start with an empty track? I can start with some prerequisites, like if I want to do a 16 track recording, I want to do some house. What's really dope about this, it would literally give you some instruments already ready to go if you don't know how to do that. But we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're actually going to go in and we're going to drag us some sounds in. That way I can just show you if you don't want to do it that way and you want to bring your own stuff in. Let me show you how easy and quick you can do that. Now right here you can name this if you want. We can call this studio. I'm sorry. We can call this, if I can spell today, we can call this studio, tutorial or whatever. And you just have a few options here. You can change the sample rate, resolution, the bar count, how many minutes a song, the tempo, the time signature. You could do a lot of stuff really before you start. I always kind of keep things kind of where they are, and if I decide to do some things, I can make those changes as I go along in the song. Okay, now let's just kind of walk around the interface real fast. Like I said, I'm not going to teach you everything, but I am going to show you a few things that you need to kind of get started. First of all, over here on your right hand side is going to be where you get all of your instruments, plugins, for effects, and you can get some loops and you can do some different things like that. The instruments kind of is where we're going to kind of dabble in, and if you have some plugins that are already loaded that you've already used in other DAWs, they will show up here because Studio One will scan your computer looking for plugins. So you will have some of those things here right below here of your favorites and recents, and you will have that stuff here. If you do not have plugins, you do not need plugins when you first start this. PreSonus and Studio One comes with plugins as far as instruments and things like that. Now, are they the greatest? I mean, if you've never had any, it probably so. But I do have some of my own plugins that I like to use. But you could literally go in and use some of their plugins to get started, just so I can show you how easy that would be. Right here, I'm gonna click on PreSonus, and it has like a thumbnail of whatever you want to bring in. My tie is kind of like their synthesizers and presences as well. So we'll go ahead and bring my tie in. Now you can make some selections here before you pull it, or you can just click and drag and just drop it in. And once you do that, then you will be able to start working directly from inside of this plugin. And you could always just click here and go here and try to figure out what it is that you're looking for. If you're looking for a bell, you can just click that, and then if you have a MIDI keyboard hooked up, or if you just want to use the digital keyboard here, you could do that. I have a keyboard hooked up, so I can use my keyboard to play some things, but we'll just use the onboard keyboard for now. Okay. Now, if I want to, all I gotta do is hit this X here and close that out, or I can just move this to the side. Again, this is why I love having, I guess it'll probably be easier if I move it to this side. But the tricky part about it, sometimes even with a wide screen, I don't have a lot of space. So I could just move this. I can use the window to adjust Studio One's main screen, which is going to be your arranger, essentially. I can go ahead and hit this little pin button here, and then I can pin that too. So whenever I click away from it, it will stay there. Okay. And then let's just say I want to bring some drums into this. I could easily go in and grab, let's see, close that way. I can go in and I can grab Impact, which is their drum emulator or drum machine plugin. I can always bring that in as well. And then I can go in here and select a preset. I'll do some chill hop or something like that. And then I can always take this, and I can also take this and do the same thing I did with that one and pin it to my desktop here so it will not go away. And again, this is my workflow. You don't have to do this if you don't have the real estate, but it's just very cool to be able to do this if you have enough room, if you have a monitor that's wide enough that could actually, allow you to do this. Okay. All right. Now, since we have that, as you can see, we already have these things there. And if I just hit here, you will hear my drums here. Okay. Now we can pull in something else. Let's just say if we want to pull in presence, we can do that. All we got to do is just drag it over and drop it. And then we can just select something like a bass here. Something simple, quick. Let's just grab this. And all right, so we got the bass. And again, if we want to, we can pin that. Now, we do not need to pin every thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, but I just will pin it just because I think that is a super cool feature inside of there. Let's just pull one more instrument in, and then I think we can move on. Let me close some of these because it's going to start getting a little crowded here. Let's see what else we can pull in here. Let's just pull in. I don't know. I mean, I guess we can pull in a sampler if that's something we wanted to do. And you could always drag a sample in here. Let's just say if you have, something that you've pulled from Splice or something, you could always take that and pull that into this sampler editor. Essentially, this is what this is, and then you can start working from there. Okay. And man, this is a pretty cool plugin. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to go into that. All right, I'm just going to leave this over here. It's going to be a little bit off screen, but that's fine. And then that's pretty much us bringing in our plugin. So now, as you can see over here on the left side, this is where your tracks will start to populate. Okay. Now you're probably looking in like you're saying, hey, where is my mixer? If we go down here to the right, you have a few different tabs you can use here. You have browse, which is what we're at now. You have mix, which is your mixer, and then you have edit, which is essentially, your piano roll, and you can edit and do all the things that you're commonly used to doing with every DAW that you probably ever work with in your life. Okay. All right. So just to kind of speed through a few things, like I said, we're not going to spend too much time on the tools and all that. Some of this stuff is self-explanatory. At the top here, you have, your cut tool, erase tool, pencil tool. You have a mute function. You got a volume here. You can do some splicing and some things like that with some of these icons. Again, I haven't went through each and every one, but again, I've been using DAWs for so long, I'm just really familiar with the way a lot of these work. Right here, you have your quantization settings up here at the top. So, again, you can go 116, triple notes, things like that, things that, again, you're used to. You have your snap function here where you can go in and change how you move around inside of the arranger. Which is also cool as well. You have some other things over here, but again, I'm not going to just go through everything. Like I said, we just want to get you started. Let's go back down to the mixer here. Now, the mixer is pretty simple. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Everything is pretty much here. You have your inserts, you have your sends. You can drop in things. Let's just say if we're on the Mai Tai track and we want to play something here. You can just bring your plugins in by going to your effects here at the top right. If you click on effects here, you can bring in any type of effects you want. I have my own plugins here, but if you wanted to, PreSonus has a lot of plugins that comes with the Artist Edition and the Professional Edition. So you can just go in and, like, let's say if we want to grab the chorus here, we can just grab the chorus and just drop that into the insert that will pop up here. If I wanted to, I can just kind of put it over here somewhere. And if I play that again, we've added some chorus to that, and we can go in and add some delay, which is already kind of some delay. This may not have been the best one for me to choose, but it is just that easy for you to be able to go in and start dragging some stuff in, and then you can just cancel out of that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I really and truly like this DAW. It is a very pleasant DAW. It looks good, to me when I'm looking at it. Sometimes just having something nice that you could look at just really kind of get your blood to pumping and get you really into working with this DAW. That's what, sometimes just, having a DAW that you can just really feel good about, can be a very, very cool thing. One plugin that I always use on my master bus when I first get started is the level plugin, which is right here. If I click this and I just drag it over to my insert, and then I just take it and I pull it down here at the bottom here, I love having this there so I can always know where my levels are when I'm mixing, just to ensure that I'm always within range of where I want to be. If I push the kick, you will see it's just like having a big cool level down there so that you can work with that. Okay. All right. So let's just kind of drag some stuff around. I'll go into Splice real quick and let's just see what we could pull in real quick. I'm not going to do too much here. I just want to show you a few things, without getting too crazy with this thing. I just want to show you that you can drag a few things in. Let's just find a quick melody.
1 hour later.
I think I found a sample real quick. Let's hear it. All right, I think I like that. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead on and tell the system that I want that. It looks like the tempo for that is 68. I'm going to just make sure that my tempo matches that tempo, and we will be ready to go. Let's see here, 68, which is kind of stupid slow, but we'll make it work. So let's get it back here, and then I'm just going to pull this over real quick, and I'm not even going to drop it into the sampler. I'm just going to drop it directly to the pad or to the track, and there we go. Okay, now I can just go ahead on and push play here. First, I need to turn it down for sure. Let's turn it down a little bit. All right, let's adjust our window here so we can kind of see what we're doing here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead on, and right here at the top inside of the playhead area here, I'm just gonna go click and I'm just gonna drag, right? And then that will be essentially your loop. And then all you have to do is go down here and make sure you engage the loop function so that it will start looping, and you can work within 2 to 4 bars or whatever you feel comfortable with. All right. So now all I have to do, if I want to start working with another track, I just need to highlight that track, which is the drum track, and then we can start kind of recording some stuff here. Okay, let's adjust the volume a little bit here. I think I'm ready to go. So all you have to do is hit record. Well, before you do that, I want to give myself a little count in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here next to the metronome, right above the metronome. And I'm just going to click on this little button that says pre-count. And you can hit Shift C if you want to do the shortcut for that. I also can turn on the metronome if I like. All I have to do is hit C for that. I'll go ahead on and click on that. And let's just go ahead on and record that real quick. Sound like I got a little bit of that other kick in there. All I got to do is double click on the actual wave or the MIDI here, and that would take me into here, and I can actually go in and delete that. Remember we talked about the edit earlier, which is right here. I could just go highlight that and then delete it, and we should be good to go. I can go right back to the mixer, and we're right back inside of the mixer here. If I wanted to, I can go back and check to see what key that was. This sample is in B minor. Okay. So if I wanted to go play something inside of Presence, I could just, reference that B minor and work from there. Let's look at Mai Tai. Mai Tai is over here. I think we had a bell over there with a lot of echo in it. See if we got something else. I think I like that right there. Let's do that right there. Let's turn that Metrodome back on, and then let's make it happen. Here we go. Now we can continue working on the kick here if we just highlight the impact again, and then we can just bring the kick in real quick like. And I'm still here with y'all. Let's bring it in. I do not like that kick right there. Let's see if I have some sounds in here already in my library. I'm just looking for a kick right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna drag it over directly to the pad. And I should be able to overwrite that. I like that. Let's look at the edit and see where it's at. If I look down here, if you look down here at the bottom here in this edit screen, I can actually bring that in a little bit so I can work with a little smaller area. So I can adjust velocity. Anything I need to adjust down here, I can make those adjustments here. Let's see here. Okay, I need to make sure I'm on the kick here. Make sure we're all the way over here. Where is that kick at? I think it's gonna be there. There it is right here at the top here. All right, I'm just looking at it to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. It looks kind of good. Let's make sure we're getting all of the punch that we want. So I can just highlight all of those and just move everything up to make sure it's hitting at full velocity. All right, let's get some hi-hats going. All right, I like that. All right, let's get that click back going, and let's go ahead and hit record. Let's do it. Now what's really cool about this, if I want to, I can go in and just highlight everything and look at my velocities and, kind of just, make some adjustments if I wanted to. I can do it individually. I could raise them up. I could do whatever I want here. All right, I can go back to my mixer and see what I'm working with here. As you can see, all of those tracks are here. Let's see if we can find a bass, man, and I think we'll be good for now. Just like I said, quick crash course on how to get started inside of Studio One. There's so much stuff that I want to teach you guys about this cool DAW. But again, it's just going to take some time to get this thing really popping and moving in the way that we want to move. Let's find us a cool bass right quick.
1 hour later.
All right, let's get it done. All right, listen, I mean, yeah. Let's get back on the mixer real quick. So, yeah, man, this is crazy. I mean, essentially, what I wanted to show you was I wanted to show you how quickly you could get. I want to show you how quickly you can get inside of Studio One and start making music. I know some people tend to think that Studio One is a little complex, a little complicated. I will agree it can be at times, but I do love the way you can drag and drop. I'm gonna show you some things in the future about how to take, let's make sure we take that click off there. I'm gonna show you how to drag and drop effects on just sections of MIDI data or audio data just to affect just that section. I'm gonna talk about some other stuff with mixing and things that I like to use to mix my tracks inside of this super cool DAW. I mean, we're gonna have some fun with this. So I'm definitely doing some courses on this as well, so look forward to that. Remember, hit that subscription button if you like what you're seeing here. Remember, go to elbowmediastudios.com, hang out in our base over there. That's our home base. That's where we do all the stuff that we do. Yeah, man, I just want to thank you for coming by and checking out this cool little kind of demo of me working around with Studio One. And yeah, go test it out, man. You can actually get it for, I think it's $14.99 a month or something like that on a subscription if you wanted to do that, just to kind of test it out and see if it's something that you can get into. But it is essentially like all the other DAWs. It just has its own little way of doing things that I tend to like. And like I said, as you can see, I made a massive investment into working with this DAW. So I'm going to definitely continue to keep teaching you guys some of the things that I'm learning and really to share my excitement about working with this DAW. Okay. All right, man. I will catch y'all in the next one. All right, man. I'm going to get back to this beat, see if I can make this hot. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.